the lecture series of digital circuits. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss about the Boolean algebra, which is a very most important part of the digital circuits. And with the use of this Boolean algebra, we can able to understand the logic operations of this said logic gates. So what are there in these logic gates is that, let's see that Boolean algebra is nothing but it is used to analyze and simplify the digital logic circuit. So since it uses only the binary numbers, that we know that only digital circuits will have 0 and 1, two inputs and two outputs. Either it will be 0, either it will be 1. It is also called as binary algebra or logical algebra. And the rules of Boolean algebra are different from those of conventional algebra. We can say we have one more algebra said this exactly named as algebra in maths, but this is somewhat different. And who has derived these things that is called as Boolean algebra was this man whose name is George Boole, and from this Boole it will be called as the Boolean algebra, and it was invented in 1854. So in this section of Boolean algebra, we are mostly concerned about that axioms or postulates, we can say, and these all are found out by the George Boole, and it's kind of you all have referred those things, but for this Boolean it will be applied in the particular way. So let's see how it will be applicable to this and understand how axioms and postulates are important in the Boolean algebra mathematics. So axioms or postulates of Boolean algebra are set of logical expressions that we accept without proof and upon which we can build a set of useful theorems. Actually, axioms are nothing more than the definitions of the three basic logic operations that we have already discussed: AND, OR and invert. Invert, that means not operation. So these all things we know right now, because these things are explained in the previous videos, that how logical expressions are there, what are the different types of logic gates. Everything was in the different video there was, and we have understood these gates very nearly, very closely, that how it will work and what kind of logic will be there at the output terminals of this logic gates. So let's go into the axioms, that what are these axioms and all these things. So let's understand that first we are taking the axioms of AND operation, OR operation and NOT operation. So what is there in this axiom? So first understand that AND operation have a total of 4 axioms, and it will be like this, that 0.0 equals to 0. Axiom 2 will be 0.1 equals to 0. I insist you, all of you people, that all of you must note down these things and notations for the further simplification of the Boolean algebra equations. So these are the basic axioms which will be working behind that logics, or we can say the mathematical derivations. So these are the logics for AND operation. Likewise, if you can refer to the OR operation, then 0 or 0 equals to 0, or we can say 0 plus operator 0 equals to 0, 0 plus 1 equals to 1. More oftenly, like an OR gate logic expression or truth table we have seen in the previous videos, and this one is just like as the AND operation gate, and you can see 0 0 0 and 1, and here you can see 0 1 1 1. So these are the basic axioms, and all of you must know these things. After that, NOT operation. For the NOT operation, what it will be doing, that 1 not equals to 0 and 0 not equals to 1. So these all things are the laws of Boolean algebra, or we can say axioms of Boolean algebra. After that, for the inversion law, what is that? That inversion law or complementation law. Like this is a new word, right? So don't worry or don't get panic. This is nothing but the one is complemented at the output side. That means inverted. Nothing is different, any kind of meaning of this complementation. The complementation means to invert, or we can say the change zeros to ones and ones to zeros. That's all. So these are the inversion laws. Double inversion means the original thing that we are applying to the particular at the starting of this mathematical equation. After that, AND laws, that we know that if we dot operate with the particular A, and then it will be providing you the null, that means 0 output. If you are applying that A dot 1 equals to A identity law, we can say that it is showing that its identity, that if you dot operate with 1, then it will be showing you the particular identity of that equation. And if we can say that A dot A equals to A, not A square, that is conventional algebra that we have already studied in the maths. And for A dot A bar equals to 0. So this all things all of you need to mug up and just remember this thing. So in future, whenever you are playing some kind of logic, or you can apply some simplification to the Boolean equations, so by using this laws and postulates. So OR laws are this: A plus 0 equals to A, the null law; A plus 1 equals to 1, identity law again; A plus A, that means whenever I speak plus, that doesn't mean the summation. That is nothing but a plus operator sign, or we can say the OR operator sign. Okay, so all of you must remember this thing. So A plus A, that means A or A equals to A or A bar equals to 1. So these are OR laws. After that, somewhat commutations, commutative laws are upcoming. So that is first law. Here you can see that if we see this thing, that A plus B equals to B plus A, nothing is great in this thing, but just it is referring a law, that is the, we can say, commutative law. And this law states that A or B is the same as B or A. Either we can say the order in which the variables are odd is immaterial. Immaterial means it doesn't have any kind of change at the original thing. So that is the main concept of this law. So this means that it makes the no difference which input of an OR gate is connected to A and which to B. So everything will be same for the conditions whenever you apply this commutative laws. So this law can be extended to any number of variables. For example, here you have 3 variables, and all 3 variables have different places to identify this particular law. But all of you, if you able to calculate these things, then it will be same. That means if we have 12 here, then it will be 12, 12, 12. For example, and if we are getting for the binary, and if we are referring to this Boolean algebra only, then it will be like that if you are getting 110, then all of the 3 will be output as 110, right? So this is the commutative law. Other commutative law will be referring to the dot operator, and here you can see that A dot B is equals to B dot A. This law states that A and B is the same as B and A. Either the order in which the variables are ANDed is immaterial. same as previous one, but the previous one was for the odd gate, and for this one is AND gate. So this means that it makes no difference which input of an AND gate is connected to A and which to B. So this one will be the same as that of for the OR gate, or we can say the OR commutative law, and this one is the AND commutative law. So that's all. After that, associative laws, we can say that groupism. You can see that A plus B plus C, the A plus B are placed into the brackets, and if we apply these brackets to B plus C, then both the things are same. And if you can apply this things to more variables, then it is also possible. If you wish to do this, then it will be applied to this four variables you can see over here, and for different types, as you have seen here, that if I make a group of 2, then it will also be same, and if I make a group of 3, then it will be also same. So this is the concept behind this. After that, we are getting the associative laws for the same thing for the AND operation, and you can see this differences between both the things, but we can say that morely any kind of major changes are not being seen. You can see that basic changes, that here we have the AND operator, and the previously slide will having a OR operator. So for associative laws will be different for both the OR operation as well as the AND operation, and both will be giving you the same output. So you guys never get trouble to remember these things. So better to learn once and apply it to many years. So after this distributive laws, you can see that for the distributive laws, the property which is in the bracket will be applicable to the output. We can say that operator A operator is applicable to the B also, A operator is applicable to C also. That means AB plus AC is given at the output terminals. So this law states that the ORing of several variables and ending in the result with a single variable is equivalent to ending that single variable with each of the several variables and then ORing the product. So kind of these things we have already learned into the mathematics, that there will be the law for the order, there will be law for the groupism, or we can say the associative law, and we can say this is a distributive law. This distributive law is more oftenly we have studied into the mathematics. If you have studied well, then I am not sure that all of you have studied it properly or not, but these things are we can say quite informative, and we already go through it with these things. So after that distributive laws for the previously inverted things, right now you have to find it out at your own, that the wherever the dot operator will be there, and right now if you can see that the dot operator will be replaced by that AND operator, or we can say plus operator. So this law states that ending of several variables and ORing the result with a single variable is equivalent to ORing that single variable with each of the several variables and then ending the products. So this is a kind of distributive law for the AND operation, and the previous one was the OR operation. After that, we can say that redundant literal rule. So here you can see there is a presence of not operation, and what it will be saying that this law states that ORing of variable with the end of the complement of that variable with another variable is equal to the ORing of the two variables. So that can be seen over here, that A plus A bar B. Here you can say that A bar is nothing but what? That if we take out a plus a bar as the previous postulates, then it will be giving you the a plus b operator. So this all things are same, and if you have noticed the previous sections, then you must be able to easily clarify these things. But just you need to go through it, and some practice is required. So the second law is a into a bar plus b equals to a dot b, and this law states that ending of variable with the or of the complement uh, of that variable with another variable is equal to the ending of the two variables. So this is a second law, and it will be providing you the same definition as that of upper one. So as that of low one. Here it will be for the or operator, and here it will be seen for the here it will be for the AND operator, and here it will be for the AND operator. So things are same, but for the different logic operations. So after that, it is called as the idempotence laws. That is a dot a equals to a. That we have seen that it's not like that. A dot a is equals to a square. No, that's wrong. So mind this thing, that a dot a is equals to a. Idempotence means the same value, a equals to 0, then a dot a, you can put 0 0, and 0 dot 0 is equals to 0 as from the OR operations law, and a is equals to 1, then a dot a is equals to 1 dot 1 equals to 1 is equals to a, same as that of the OR operations. And this law states that ending of a variable with diff itself is equal to that variable only. Clear? I think all of you are getting these things, that these are very basic and simple things, but very important in the simplification of Boolean algebra. After that, the idempotence laws for the AND operator. The previous one was the OR operator, and you can able to analyze this thing. 0 plus 0 equals to 0 equals to a, 1 plus 1 is equals to 1 equals to a. Mind well, whenever I speak that plus, that means it is a AND operation, not the summation of that particular equation. So some will be doing like that, 1 plus 1 is equals to 2. It's not like that. So I need to clarify these things. After that, laws of Boolean algebra. So absorption law, here you can see that a plus a dot b equals to a. So that is a different law. That is, we can see that there is some kind of absorption will be there. Let's see whose absorption is being taken place. That this law states that ORing of a variable with AND of that variable and another variable is equal to that variable itself. So you can see that a plus a dot any term equals to a. So completely here you can see this thing, and apply to this first law. And after that, for the second law, what it will be saying, that it is applying these things also over here. But what is the difference between this? That here will be the AND operator, and there will be OR operator over here. So this is the basic difference. Otherwise the result will be same for the both the laws. And all of you must remember these things, and kindly note down these things for the future operations. So after that, there will be a one more important law, and that is, we can say that theorem, that is De Morgan's theorem. The De Morgan's theorem is very useful in the Boolean algebra, and that first theorem is telling us that there was a scientist named as De Morgan, and he has given this theorem. So we can see this. There are two theorems. The first theorem is over here, that a plus b whole bar. We can speak this thing as a plus b whole bar. If we speak A bar plus B bar, then it's a different thing. But right now we are saying that A plus B whole bar means first you need to end up this both the A and B, and after that you need to apply the inversion. So that is the basic concept behind this. So this theorem states that the complement of a sum of variables, see, kindly note this thing, complement of a sum of variables is equal to the product of their individual complements. You can see that individual complements are over here and both are odd. So when it means is that the complement of two or more variables odd together is the same as the end of the complements of each of the individual variables. So this is the concept. If you don't go into this word section, but just remember this thing and try to simplify the simplification of, or we can say, Boolean equation, then it will be easy to simplify the equation, and it will be helpful in the further studies to the Boolean algebra. Right now, after this first theorem, we are referring to the second theorem, that is A dot B whole bar equals to A bar plus B bar. The vice versa of the first theorem, and it is can be proved with this equation. So after that we will see these things into in the deep, but first we will go to the theorems and basic concepts, laws and exams and postulates. So these are all are the things which will be helpful into the Boolean algebra equation. Now one more thing, that is duality theorem. What we can say with the duality, that is duality means duality represents the relation between expressions in positive logic system and expression in negative logic system. So this is called as the duality, and the distinction between positive and negative logic system is important. An OR gate in positive logic system becomes an AND gate in negative logic system, and vice versa. You can say that OR is getting positive logic system and it will be become into the AND gate, but for the negative it will be the thing will be reversed, and we are having the negative logic system, it will be ended and it will be turning up into the OR system. So positive and negative logics thus give rise to a basic duality in all Boolean identities. So whenever changing from one logic system to another, 0 becomes 1 and 1 becomes 0. That is the concept. And furthermore, an AND gate becomes an OR gate and an OR gate becomes an AND gate. So given Boolean identity, we can produce a dual identity by changing all plus signs to dot. That means plus operator sign to the dot operator signs, and all dot operator signs to the AND operator signs, and complementing all zeros and ones. So this is called as the duality theorem, and the variables are not complemented in this process. As we can see that if we are using the A, then it will be not turning into the B, or we can say if we refer to the B, it will be not turning into the A. Mind these things and just remember these things for the future of this equations, or for the Boolean equations. So these all things will help you into the solving the Boolean equations. So kindly note these things, and we will see the examples using these theorems into our next lecture. So that's all for the lecture. I hope all of you must like my lecture, all of you will like my lecture, and if you like my lecture, or if you like my videos, whatever the content I am presenting to you, then do like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.